Alright, so let's consider this other question on the board. It says determine the inverse transform of 22x plus 16 all over x plus 1, x minus 2, x plus 3. Alright, so we have to find the Laplace inverse of that function. So we have 22s plus 16 all over s plus 1, x minus 2, s plus 3. Okay, so once again, this is a compound fraction and we need to break it down by using the principle of partial fractions to obtain the simpler fractions of this compound fraction. Because like this, we cannot solve the what inverse transform of this function. Okay, so 22 s plus 16 all over s plus 1, s minus 2, s plus 3 is equivalent to, so we have a all over the first term there, s plus 1, plus b all over the second term, s minus 2, plus c all over s plus 3. Since we have up to 3 terms there, then we are going to be having this. Okay, so we collect the LCM now on the right hand side. The LCM is simply the multiple of the 3 denominators. Alright, so we are going to have 22s plus 16 over s plus 1, s minus 2, s plus 3 is now equivalent. The LCM here remains also s plus 1, s minus 2, s plus 3, and we have this. Now the whole of this LCM divides s plus 1. S plus 1 cancels s plus 1, so I am left with x minus 2 and x plus 3. Then use that value now to multiply a. It becomes a times s minus 2, s plus 3. Again, plus the whole of this LCM divides x minus 2. X minus 2 cancels x minus 2, so I'm left with x plus 1 and s plus 3. Use that to multiply b. It becomes b into s plus 1, s plus 3. And finally, the LCM also divides x plus 3. X plus 3 cancels x plus 3. I'm left with x plus 1, x minus 2. Use that value to multiply what? C. So it becomes c times s plus 1, s minus 2. I have this. Now, from the principle of partial fraction, since the denominators of the left hand side and right hand side are equivalent, it means the numerators must also be what? Equivalent. Since denominators are equivalent, numerators must also be equivalent. So I'm going to now equate the numerators. Hence, I will have 22s plus 16 is equivalent to the numerators. We have a into s minus 2 into s plus 3 plus b into s plus 1 into s plus 3 plus c into s plus 1 into s minus 2. We have something like this. Now, we need to find the values of a, b, and c. So, using a very simple shortcut, if you want to find the value of a, look at the particular bracket which is common between b and c, then pick out the inverse of the number in that bracket to what? Cause the entire bracket to become 0. Now, between b and c, I'm seeing that, now between b and c, I observe that s plus 1 and s plus 1 is common between them. They have the same term, s plus 1 and s plus 1, and this is not found in a. So, in order to find a, then take the inverse of the number inside that bracket that is common between b and c. S plus 1, I have plus 1. The inverse of plus 1 becomes what? Minus 1. So simply say, let s be minus 1. If s is minus 1, automatically it's going to now become minus 1 plus 1, which means everything here becomes what? 0, because 0 multiplies everything here becomes 0. Same thing happens to c, minus 1 plus 1, automatically everything here becomes what? 0. Hence, I can find the value of what? A. So simply, to find a, okay, you set s to be equal to minus 1. So wherever you see s now, put in the value as minus 1. That means I'm going to be having here, this is 22s, so I have 22 in place of s is minus 1 plus 16, and this is equivalent to, I have a into, I have here x minus 2, and x is now minus 1 minus 2 into s is minus 1 plus 3 plus b into s now is minus 1 plus 1 into s here is minus 1 plus 3 plus c into s here is minus 1 plus 1 into s here is minus 1 minus 2. So I have something like this. Okay, I think we can manage here a little bit. Alright, so this becomes 22 times minus 1. That gives you minus 22 plus 16. So I have minus 22 plus 16. Minus 22 plus 16. And this is equivalent to, we move over here now. Minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3. Minus 1 plus 3 is 2. So this is a into minus 3 into 2. Okay, now over here I have minus 1 plus 1 is 0, and 0 times minus 1 plus 3 becomes 0 times b. Automatically everything here becomes what? 0. Same thing here, minus 1 plus 1 is also 0. 0 times everything here, automatically everything here becomes 0. So I'm simply left with what? Minus 16 minus 22. So I'm simply left with what? Minus 22 plus 16. And minus 22 plus 16 becomes minus 6. And this is equivalent to minus 3 times 2 is minus 6 times a will have minus 6a. Hence, to find a, divide both sides by what? Minus 6. So this simply implies that a is equivalent to minus 6 all over minus 6, which simply implies that a is actually equal to 1. So the value of a is 1. Alright, now to find b, because we've obtained a, now to find b, you look between a and c, what bracket is common between them. If you're able to figure out the bracket, then pick the opposite of the number inside that bracket and substitute in place of s inside the bracket. That will nullify the effect of a and c. For instance, if I look at a and c, I can observe that s minus 2 is in a, s minus 2 is also in c. So which means if I can pick the opposite of the number in this bracket now is minus 2. Therefore, the opposite should be what? Plus 2. So in place of x, put in the value as plus 2 into these two equations, then the effect of c and the effect of a becomes 0. I can find the value of b. Hence, to find b, we can still do it over here. So to find b, you simply set the value of s to be equal to now plus 2. So wherever you see s, put in the value as plus 2. I have here 22s. This becomes 22. In place of s is 2 plus 16, and this is equivalent to, I have here a into s minus 2, and s is now 2 minus 2 into s plus 3. S is now 2 plus 3 plus b into, I have s plus 1. X is 2, so it becomes 2 plus 1 into s plus 3. S is 2, so it becomes 2 plus 3 plus c into 5 into s. S is 2 plus 1 into s minus 2, and s is 2 minus 2. Alright, so I have now 22 times 2, which is 44. So this gives me 44 plus 16 is now equivalent to, now observe from here, 2 minus 2 is 0. Therefore, 0 times a times everything here becomes automatically 0. So this is nullified. I have now b into 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 plus 3 here is 5. So I have b into 3 times 5. Alright. Similarly, 2 plus 1 here is 3, but 2 minus 2 here is 0. So automatically everything here becomes what? 0. So I am now left with this. 44 plus 16 is 60, and this is equivalent to 3 times 5 is 15, so I have 15b. Therefore, to find b, divide both sides by 15. This now implies that b is equal to 60 all over 15, which implies that b is equal to 4. Alright, so b is simply equal to 4. Now we found a, we found b, remaining to find c. The same concept, I want to find c. Then you observe the bracket between a and b. Which one is common? Pick another common bracket, find the number inside the bracket, but pick the opposite of the number inside the bracket and what? put in as the value of x. Between a and b, s plus 3 is common. I have s plus 3 here, I have x plus 3 here, so the number in that bracket is plus 3. So if I can pick the opposite of the number in that bracket and put in place of x, that means I can have these two effects towards 0. So if the number is plus 3, opposite of plus 3 becomes what? Minus 3. Hence, to find c, you set s to be equal to minus 3. So we can still do that over here. Alright, to find c, you set s to be equal to minus 3. Wherever you see s now, putting the value as minus 3. I have 22s here, it becomes 22 times minus 3 plus 16, and this is equivalent to, this is a into s is minus 3, minus 2, into s plus 3, and x now is minus 3 plus 3. Okay, plus b into, I have x plus 1 here, x is minus 3, so minus 3 plus 1 into x plus 3, x is minus 3 plus 3, plus c, I have s plus 1 and s is minus 3 plus 1 into s minus 2, s is minus 3 minus 2. I have this. Okay, so 22 times minus 3, that's obviously minus 66 plus 16. So pen it down, minus 66 plus 16, and this is equivalent to, now let's observe. Notice that here I have minus 3 plus 3, which is 0. 0 times everything here automatically here becomes 0. Similarly, I have minus 3 plus 3, which is 0. 0 times everything here automatically becomes 0. So I am left with only terms in C now. Minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. Minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5. So I have C into minus 2 into minus 5. Alright. Now, minus 66 plus 16 will give us minus 50. And this is equivalent to minus 2 times minus 5 is obviously 10c. Alright, so to find c, divide both sides by what? 10. Therefore, you have that c is equal to minus 50 all over 10, which implies that c itself is what? Actually minus 5. Now, we know the values of a, b, and c. We can now plug into the what? Simple fraction or the partial fraction of that given compound fraction. Let's do that over here. All right. So the compound fraction 22s plus 16 all over s plus 1 into s minus 2 into s plus 3 is now equivalent to, we know the value of a is equal to 1, so we have 1 all over s plus 1, plus we know the value of b is simply what? 4, so it becomes 4 all over s minus 2, and we know c is equal to minus 5, so it becomes minus 5 all over s plus 3. We have this. Therefore, the Laplace inverse of this compound fraction 22s plus 16 is obviously, okay, over s plus 1 into s minus 2 into s plus 3 is obviously equal to the Laplace inverse of their simple fractions, which is 1 all over s plus 1 plus 4 over s minus 2 minus 5 all over s plus 3. So if you expand the bracket now with the Laplace inverse, you're going to be having, okay, let's do that here. Alright, so if you expand that bracket now, you're going to be having Laplace inverse of 1 over s plus 1, okay, plus Laplace inverse of 4 over s minus 2 plus Laplace inverse, okay, of minus 5 all over s plus 3. You simply have this. Okay, we can still write this to be Laplace inverse of 1 all over s plus 1. Now let's factor all the numbers. You can bring out 4. This becomes plus 4. Laplace inverse of 1 all over s minus 2 Okay, let's factor out minus 5. You have minus 5 Laplace inverse of 1 all over s plus 3. So you have this. Alright, so in the table of standard values, which we explained in the 3 introduction video we did here, I said the Laplace transformation of an exponential function, exponential at, is simply equal to what? 1 all over s minus a. We said this in that video. Also, the Laplace transformation of an exponential function which involves a negative number, so let's say minus at, is equal to 1 all over, instead of x minus a, because remember when it is positive, it gave us s minus a. But now that it's negative, it's going to now be what? S plus a. So this means that the Laplace inverse of 1 over s minus a, automatically I should know that the inverse of this should give me what? Exponential at. Same thing, the Laplace inverse, okay, of 1 over s plus a, I should know automatically will give me what? Exponential minus 80. When it is positive, it will be exponential minus 80, where a is a constant or a number. Now let's apply this principle over here. I have Laplace inverse of 1 over x plus 1. It is positive and the number is simply what? 1. That means a is automatically 1. And since it's positive, it means its result is what? A negative power. Hence, this becomes exponential, okay? The Laplace inverse of 1 all over s plus 1 is now equal to what? Simply exponential minus t, because a is equal to 1 and 1 times t will give us minus t, which is this. Similarly, the Laplace inverse of 1 all over s minus 2, this is now minus a case of negative result. Laplace of exponential at gave us 1 over x minus a. So since I'm having 1 over x minus 2, remember now a is a number and number is 2, which means it's going to be what? Exponential at, but a is 2 now, it becomes exponential 2t. Hence, 1 over s minus 2 is equal to what? Exponential 2t. That's the Laplace inverse. And finally, the Laplace inverse of 1 all over Laplace inverse of 1 over s plus 3. In this case now, the number is 3, but then the denominator is positive and non-negative. That means it becomes a negative exponential function. So 1 over x plus a is equal to exponential minus 80. A now is the number, which is 3. Hence, this is equal to what? Exponential minus 3t. So if you plug this into that equation, therefore, the Laplace transformation or the Laplace inverse of that compound fraction 22s plus 16 all over s plus 1 into x minus 2 into s plus 3 is now equal to, so we had this Laplace inverse of 1 over s plus 1, which gave us what? Exponential minus t, okay, plus, not forgetting, Laplace inverse of 1 over x minus 2, that gave us what? Exponential 2t. But there is a 4 attached to it, so 4 times exponential 2t. So this gives us 4 exponential 2t. Also, Laplace inverse of 1 over x plus 3, that gives us exponential minus 3t, but not forgetting we have minus 5 times that Laplace inverse. So this is equal to minus 5 exponential minus 3t. That becomes the answer to the given question. Alright guys, so that's how you solve inverse Laplace transformation of a given function. I will try to come up with more examples in the next video. Alright, so in the next video, we can start talking about using Laplace transformation to solve differential equations. I will see you in that video. Thanks and cheers.